Good afternoon, one and all present here. Today, 6 July 2020, lecture number 1, Startup and Innovation Management. So, in last lecture, we have seen the different types of innovation from where it occurs and how it happens. At the same time, I have already mentioned that we will see the two different terminologies, or we can say the theories, which are behind that, how the types of different innovations they have communicated and how the different types of innovation they have mentioned. So in today's lecture, we will see the second theory of types of innovation. We'll just quickly recall what we have done in previous lecture, and then we'll move forward. In types of innovation, we have seen the first type of innovation is product innovation. So basically the product innovation is going and changing the features, the technology, the usage, the size, the additions in the features or addition in the usage. The durability has been increased of the product, how it was, and effectiveness is increased even. So that is whatsoever the innovation we are making, they are termed as the product innovation. Second, we have seen the process innovation. We are changing the methodology of serving or doing, or at the same time making it into the executions, how we are changing and how we are offering the same kind of services and same kind of offerings that previously we were doing in a different way. So that is what termed as a process innovation. At the same time, the e-ticketing, at the same time customer services which are given by the different companies. Previously it was you need to go to the company stores or the locations and the offices, and that's how physically you need to ask the questions and the queries, and they will give you the answers, and they will just try to solve the queries of yours. So that's how that was the previous method. But nowadays you people do have the different platforms, online platforms, digital platforms available to solve the doubts of yours, and that's how the entire world is looking for the forward for the same, how they can have the easiest process so that customers won't have so much hassles and customers won't have that so much amount of uh, worry and hurry for procuring the services from the company. And that's what the competitive advantage. Even if you want to prove yourself as the best company, or we can say the highly admirable one, if you want to consider yourself, then definitely you need to have this kind of a service smoothness so that the customer attraction can be at the highest level. Then the banks have done the online banking even so that the less amount of rush of people can be seen at the uh, bank branches, and that's how easiest work and easiest money transfer, easiest operations of the bank can happen with the more accuracy or with the more privacy even. So this is what the second one is, the process innovation. The third was service innovation. So how the education has been changed, how the entertainment, the definition of providing the entertainment has been changed, how the content has been passed through the different mediums and modes. So that is what the service innovation is. So product innovation, process innovation, and service innovation that we have seen in last lecture. What are the different inclusions at the same time? What are the different uh, content and the terminologies that has been used to make the product, process, and service innovation more accurate and informative one. In today's lecture, we will start with the second theory. Second theory says that there are four different types of innovation can happen. The first one is architectural, second one is incremental, third one is radical, and the fourth one is disruptive. On the x-axis, you can see the technology transformation has been marked, and on the y-axis, you can see the market. It talks about the market. So market, how the transformation in the market has been happened, that is marked. So on x-axis and y-axis we will make a combination. So first of all, if the technology is existing and you want to offer the same thing to the existing market, so whatsoever the innovation you are bringing, that is what the incremental innovations, that is what the marginal difference you are offering to the market. Likewise, incremental innovations are what that we will see in the next slide, next upcoming slide, with the example with the picture and the videos and the whatsoever the possible gestures we will have, we will see to that. At the same time, we'll just try to understand what is disruptive innovation. The technology is new and the market is existing. So the banks are there, they are giving the offers, but at the same time, few innovations are they are bringing. Likewise, is an example, check depositor. Nowadays, if you want to deposit the check, you don't need to go to any of the clearing window. What you need to do is you just need to fill up the form. You just need to enroll the form into the machine. At the same time, check into the machine. They'll ask you the beneficiary account number and the IFSC code and your account number and the IFSC code, and that's how they'll make it confirm that whether the things which you have written are correct or not, and you will have your acknowledgement slip. So disrupt innovation. At the same time, when with the existing technology, you are going into the new market, you just can feel that, or you just identify that some different kind of a geographical area, or we can say some potential market are not still explored by the technology and with the technology. So what you can do is you can make offers to the with the existing technology to the new market, which are maybe geographically far from you, maybe they are not in touch and in contact with the product offers which has been made by the different companies, and maybe they are unexplored by the existing technology. So whatsoever you are doing, that is termed as a architecture innovation. And if you are having the new technology, and that's how you are identifying the new market even, and you need to have the exploration of the new market even, so that is what it termed as a radical innovation. So one by one, we'll see the one each and every example for each and every. So the first one, incremental innovation. As you can see here, starting from the pager to the smartphone, which we are using nowadays. So that is what the incremental innovation is. So what we are doing is the market is still existing. At the same time, the technology is existing, and few modifications are happening. Few in the sense, slow upgradations are coming, and that's how the transformation has happened. First of all, we are having the pager, then the small screened phone that come into the picture, then the antenna phone that come into the existence. After that, the Nokia has made the revolution, and they come up with the a different type of a durable phone which are long lasting in battery backup even, and the communication even. At the same time, Samsung came up with the revolution to have the colored phone, the colored LCD phone and the LED phones. And then nowadays, each and everyone has moved upon the LED screened phone, at the same time highest resolutions, and the smartphones with the touch sensor and the touch screens. So that is whatsoever the innovations are happening, they are incremental innovations. Now, if we just consider what is disruptive innovation, so now we have just merged the technology with the different executions and the different kind of usage and the processes at the same time with the different modules, and that's a combination of technology has made us unable to use two different objectives at the same time. So that is what the disruptive innovation. The technology is new and the market is existing. Whomsoever were using the camera, or we can say the digital camera, now they can fulfill the purpose of having the camera or clicking the photograph can be done with the help of mobile phone even. So that is what the market is the same. At the same time, what you are providing is new technology to the same market, and that's how your purpose, your objective is being fulfilled, served, and satisfied. The Britannica, the encyclopedias were there, but now the new transformation has happened into the encyclopedia by providing the same content onto the digital module through the Wikipedia. So no new knowledge has been shared and gathered to have the different platform. Just they have just made the transformation by to provide the services to the new module, and that is what the Wikipedia is there. Through the computer and through the application, we can have the same source of data, and we can access the same source of data that we can usually does with the physical module previously. So that is what the disruptive innovation is. Now coming to the third, architectural innovation. What it says, the technology is existing, but the market is new. Solar panels were already there since last 15 to 20 years. Many government institutions were using it to have the solar energy, to generate the solar energy. After that, it has come up with the shrinked version, and households can easily use the solar version and solar panels to have the energy generations for the household purpose. Now it has have the more systematic and smart usage. They are coming with the power banks and the small power banks which can easily charge your mobile phone, which can easily charge your personal computers and laptops, and that's how it is being used. So that is what technology is existing. At the same time, new innovations are happening for the new market. So we cannot make a comparison that how the government is conserving and conserving the energy, or we can say the manufacturing of the energy that has happened with the help of power bank, with the help of solar panels, and solar panels usage as a power bank. So that is how the market is something new, but the technology is existing. Technology has not been changed in any manner. Yes, it has been changed in manner, but solar energy and the solar system remains the same. And last but not the least, the radical innovation. So the environment, the entertainment has a new definition nowadays. It is coming on a tip of your hand, or we can say the tip of your point. So that is what the radical innovation is. So these are the different types of innovation and the theory number 2 for the types of innovation. Now the next question for the day is different sources of innovation. So the first and foremost source of, see, basically innovation don't happens over the period of time, and we can say the over the night. It happens with the urge of having the solution for the problem which we are facing. Until and unless we don't have any problem which is faced by us, we won't seek for any solution. I mean, we won't seek for any alternatives of the product and the processes that we are using. So the first and foremost source of any innovation is basically, we can see that, and we can say that the need of having the solution for any problem which is faced by us is the mother of sources of innovation. Then definitely there are the different opinions, there are the different theories, there are the different alternative sources which we need to study here to have the innovation and why innovation happens. So the first one is unexpected occurrence. So we need to consider that first. The easiest and the simplest source of innovation is opportunity and the unexpected occurrence of anything. Unexpectedly, some problem arises to us. We just try to identify the solution, and meanwhile, identifying the solution, we just derive with the innovation and the innovative product or innovative process. In 1937, the first time the IBM has made the computers, and while making the computers, they have made it so much progressive, or they are having the objective that the banking system should use this computers to make the calculation and make it easy for the accountability of the banks and accountability of the transactions they are having. So in 1937, they invented the computer, and they made the innovations to make it usable for the different banks. They approached them with so many different features and so many different technicalities. They approached them, and what banking system says that this product is not at all useful for us, and they denied using the computers in 1937. So IBM somehow just came to the thought that how we should and what we should do with the manufacturing of the computer and the technology that we have developed with the so much efforts and hard work. So what they did is they simply approached the different libraries, because library needs to make the transactions, and they need to have the enrollment in the they need to have the availability of the books to the each and every users even. So what they did is they approached to the libraries, and they sold the 1,800 computers in 1937 to different libraries. Libraries were happy to make the arrangements of the book, make the recording of the book, and bookkeeping of the different volumes of book they are having available. And that's how they were happy that their work has been smooth and their work has been very systematic and easy for them. After 9 years, banking system realized that they should use this kind of a computers to have the and maintaining of the services, or we can say the maintenance of the records, or we can say accounting records they are having. And that's how after number of years they have started using the computers in the banking system. So that is what the unexpected occurrence and the source, or we can say the problems which you are facing, that made us unable to use the different sort of innovation and the innovative services. So from where the innovation comes, innovation usually comes from the problem which we are facing in a day-to-day life. Then innovations usually comes from the incompatibility. If I'm not compatible enough to do something that clicks in my mind and that create the urge of having the innovative product. Likewise, as an example, if I'm sitting on a computer and I don't have the charger or the charging pin which is near to me, or I need to sit with the charging point which is near to the wall, and that's how it is uncomfortable for me. How to do that? So that creates the urge of having the wireless charger and the innovation of the wireless charger in the market. And though what I will do, and if I cannot manufacture it, I cannot invent it, I'll just make a search that where the wireless chargers are available. That creates the opportunity for the scientists, that creates the opportunity for the electricians and the engineer, B.Tech electrical engineers to identify and to invent the solutions for the problem which is faced. So that is what the source of innovation. If someone is incompatible, so that incompatibility usually create the urge of having the innovative product in the market. Then the process needs. Sometimes, many of the times when you occur or you just execute the things, you just try to execute the entire process into the shortest possible manner, and you find the innovation and the innovative ways. And we Indians are expert in this particular thing. We are having the so much different kind of a jugaad and settings that creates the process very easy for us. Easy at the same time, effective and easy. So what we need to do is effectiveness should not be shrinked, effectiveness should not be minimized, but the process has to be executed in the best possible manner. So process need. If any process requires any filter or any addition or any confirmatory executions in between, so that's how what they does is they create the process need and they identifies what innovative process we should add or we should remove to have the innovation into the market. So maybe the government of India, which is currently working on it and which has currently worked on it, that we don't have the social security number or we can say the common identification number. And we just tell that what is our identity through the different papers and the different proofs with available to us. So they have made it enable that how we can link and why we should not link each and everything to the one portal, one medium. And to have that process innovation, the process need, fulfillment of the process need, what they brought up is they brought up the Aadhaar card. They have linked each and every proof of yours. They have linked each and every entire detail of your life. They have linked with the what we can say biological identification of yours even, and that's how they have made it easy for each and every of us to have the identification of yours from the one single portal, from the one single medium. And that is what the process need is. Now no one is asking for the different documents and the different identity proof of yours. Only one single Aadhaar card is more than enough to have the identification proof. So that is what the process need is. Then the industry and the market changes. Industry and market are competitive in nature. They are having the cutthroat competition, and in the era of globalization and the global markets, no one is having the monopoly in their market. No one is having the secret kind of production process or service manufacturing in the market. Each and everyone is having the availability of all different resources, all different machines, all different skilled employees. So no one is having that kind of urge that we cannot have any change, we cannot have any innovations in the market. So in the competitive world, if you want to be competitive, if you want to survive and sustain in competition, you need to have innovative product and innovations in your services or production which we are doing. So to compete and deal with and cope up with the change, industry and market needs to bring the change. They needs to change the methodology of producing and doing the production and the processes which they are making. They needs to inculcate the change into the features and innovative productions, and that's how they can be competitive with the competitors. So if someone is applying the smart camera, or we can say the smart functions into the mobile phone, the one company is doing, at the same time the second and third company needs to have the urge to have the same kind of a methodology or same kind of a features to be offered to the customer. So until and unless they don't be competitive, they won't be in the competition even. So to survive and sustain the competition, the industry and market needs to understand what market is actually seeking of, and whatsoever they are seeking, they needs to offer. Then the demographical change. The demographical change, that means the age wise, whatsoever the upliftments are happening, the change is happening. Sorry. At the same time, the education has been changed, the minimum education level is uplifted. At the same time, the lifestyle has been changed, the lifestyle revolutions are happening, the family structure, family size are changing, and their family structures are happening and changing. So demographical change makes the product uh, more demanded. At the same time, they demanded having the more innovations into the market. Just think and make the comparison. When we were believing into living into the joint family before 30 years, what happens is we used to have more number of people at home. They can do the household and they can be the homemakers. So no one is having the urge of having the uh, washing machine or having the, what we can say, they don't have any smart machines which can vacuum cleaners and like a products in the home. But we have just adopted the nuclear family agenda, or we can say the nuclear family era hasn't come into the existence, and both the individual in the home are working. So no one is staying at home, no one is homemaker. So what has created is the demographic changes made it unable to the companies that please provide us the solutions and the innovations that can just fulfill the purpose of washing the clothes and cleaning the home. So that's how the vacuum cleaner is there, and that's how the washing machines are there. At the same time, we are not now dependent on the washing machines which does not work automatically. We don't need to be there, and we don't have that much time to stand in front of the washing machine and to change the operations which we usually does for the semi-automatic of washing machines. What the new automatic machines are happening and doing, we just need to add the clothes into it. The water connections are already made up with them, and the timer is already set with them. So just we need to start the process, and that's how the entire process that will be finished by the washing machine. We don't need to do anything, we don't need to look after it, and the entire process is finished. So that is what the demographic change has made it enable, and to have the expectations and emergence to have the more number of systematic process and develop the products into the market. Even the water scarcity has made it enable even that the textile technology has to be developed in such a way that we don't need to have, and we should not use the water to wash the clothes even. So that is what the demographic change, which is making the innovation and which is just pressurizing the innovation to happen into the same category. Then the change in perception. Our perception has been changed with the help of informations, with the help of knowledge, with the help of money, and with the help of affordability which we are having. Our perception of using product X was too much satisfied and too much on the maximum level, or we can say the at par level. But now the slowly and gradually we are explored to the information through the social media. We are explored to the innovations through the social media and the news and the articles. We are explored with the change and the features which are added to the product through the news channels and the TV. We are expecting that the same kind of functions and the features has to be there in the product which we are using in our area, in our region even. So now the companies, now the competitors needs to think on that even, how the perception, how the expectations of an individual who are living within the city, within the area, within the geographical surrounding of mine do have, and the fulfillment of the same kind of a product and the process, or we can say the services they are using and consuming. So that is why change in perception even makes it enable for the companies to have the innovative product. And last but not the least, the new knowledge. The person who is offering the product, who is serving the product to the market, if they are coming up with the new knowledge, they are coming up with the new ideas, they are coming up with the experiments, and those experiments are making them to have the new offers to the market. So if the new generations who are coming into the business, they are having the more systematic knowledge about the product, how it is made, how it is manufactured, how the change has to be happen, how the change needs to be adopted and to be applied. So whatsoever the new knowledge they are having, if they are implementing that into the new product which they are offering, that makes innovation happens. So these are the different sources of innovation, but the ultimately the basic source of innovation is having the need of anything. Likewise, as an example, the first time we have thought of having or writing something, so before 500 years, or let me say 1000 years, जब सबसे पहली बार लिखने की जरूरत पड़ी थी, so we have thought of, we are having hands in but we cannot write anything. So first time किसी ने कुछ लिखने की कोशिश की होगी, and they have made it happen that yes, these are the elements and these are the instruments, with the help of that we can write something. But that was not friendly even, so they have made it the process, and the what you can say, the process need has arise that how we can have the systematic size and structure of this, so that the writing can be so easy, writing can be so effective, writing can be so punctual in nature. So that's how the industry and the market has changed, the perception has changed, and the innovations happen, and the ball pen has shrunk to the smallest size with the maximum effectiveness. So that is how the innovation is usually emerged in a market. Nowadays I've just come across the one mobile phone which has been launched in the market. It is having only three functions into the phone. The first one is you can basically call someone, you can text someone, and you can just put the alarm. Because nowadays the each and everyone is obsessed with the use of social media. Each and everyone is obsessed with the use of having the informations and the knowledge and the different productivity applications. So people need some time, people need some personal grooming sessions and the time to have the innovations, to have the creativity, and to have the thought process to be worked in such a manner, in a positive manner. So they want to avoid each and every nonsense which they are coming across nowadays. So what has made them unable to have the innovation? So the change in perception of having the use of mobile phone has made them to have the development, or we can say the invention or innovation of the mobile phones, which are having only three different features. So that's how the innovation comes into the existence. In next lecture, we will talk on how the innovations has to be cultivated in a different manner, so that we can have the more benefits into the production process, and the startups can have the more benefits with the same. So we'll continue with the next session. Till then, thank you. See you all.